Welcome to the Techno News Channel, and in today's issue, you are waiting for MIT invents self-replicating AI robots. LEGO reveals first ever bricks made from recycled plastic bottles. Philips laser projector. Turing Tumble lets kids build complex marble-powered computers. Caterpillar rolls out first all-electric 793 mining truck. Atomic clocks orbiting near the sun could detect dark matter. And Vita Rescue System keeps medevac litters from spinning and swaying. So let's go. Engineers say they have invented a robot capable of building almost anything, including new versions of itself. The self-replicating robot was developed by a team from Massachusetts Institute of Technology, who claim the robot could practically and economically assemble anything from a vehicle to a building. It could build a structure, or it could build another robot of the same size, or it could build a bigger robot, said Amira Abdelrahman, a doctoral student at MIT Center for Bits and Atoms. Using artificial intelligence, the robot is able to figure out complex tasks and organize swarms of bots needed to build a structure without them getting in each other's way. The system involves tiny identical subunits known as voxels, which are essentially the volumetric equivalent of a 2D pixel. These voxels are able to transmit and receive both power and data from other voxels in order to build and operate. The current prototypes are about 6 centimeters long, just over 2 inches, and have electromagnets embedded in each of their 12 edges. Add a microcontroller and integrated circuits that allow you to regulate the direction current passes through the electromagnets, and you can get the electrovoxels to attract or repel each other in sufficiently sophisticated ways to allow pivots around a shared axis and transversal across the face of another electrovoxel. LEGO began ramping up its sustainability efforts in 2015, which included a shift away from single-use plastic packaging and investments in alternative, more eco-friendly materials for its plastic toys. This came to include plans for toy trees and bushes made from plant-based plastics in 2018, material that featured for the first time in a motorized wind turbine set later that same year. These items were produced with a bioplastic made from sustainably sourced sugarcane, but for its load-bearing brick elements, the company has had to conjure up something harder and stronger. This led them to the PET plastics in discarded bottles, with the company's researchers testing more than 250 variations of the material and coming up with what they call a bespoke compounding technology to turn it into bricks. The company says that through this process it can convert the raw materials from a single 1-liter, 0.26 gallons, PET bottle into 10 2x4 LEGO bricks. It will, however, be some time before these bricks make their way into the hands of kids, with the company still to put them through a further testing phase before beginning production, which is expected to take at least a year. Back in June, Philips launched an Indiegogo for a full HD ultra-short-throw projector named the Screeneo U4, raising over €6 million and attracting more than 9,000 backers. Now the company is looking to repeat that success with the Screeneo U5 4K UST laser projector. The DLP Cinema projection unit features a 25,000-hour laser light source and is capable of 4K UHD, 3840 by 2160 visuals at a game-friendly 60 Hz refresh rate. A throw ratio of 0.21 to 1 makes for 120 diagonal-inch images from 11 inches away from the projection surface, but the U5 can throw up to 150 inches if pulled away another 5.5 inches. The projector has Mali G52 processing brains, backed up by 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of onboard storage, and runs Android TV 11 for access to the thousands of entertainment apps, though there's no mention of official Netflix approval for the device. Chromecast is built in for screen mirroring and there's voice control via Google Assistant. Interestingly, the system also comes pre-installed with a 30-day trial of ExpressVPN. Users can also immerse themselves in 3D content from a cabled-up Blu-ray player or plugged-in USB drive, but you'll need to bring your own glasses. Other connections shape up as dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1, dual HDMI 2.1, one with eARC, Ethernet LAN, analog/digital audio, and a RS-232 port. Designed from the ground up by moonlighting scientist and inveterate tinkerer Paul Boswell, Turing Tumble is an entirely new kind of children's game in which kids can build their own mechanical computer. Using a slanted game board and a set of plastic doohickeys, kids leverage the force of gravity itself to learn the fundamentals of computer programming. And by fundamentals, Boswell means the absolute core basics of how machines compute.
Turing Tumble is designed to teach kids about logic flow, the sequence of binary on-off mechanisms that underpin all of machine computing.
Each piece on the game board represents a kind of logic gate, which is tripped, or not, by a marble descending from the top of the board.
By arranging the pieces in a particular sequence, the player generates a single line of binary code 00100100.
Say, when the marble hits a flipper at the bottom,
it releases the next marble from the top,
creating a computer cycle. Modern electronic processors, like the one in your laptop or smartphone, run millions of these cycles every second. By providing a hands-on, tactile demonstration of how these cycles actually function, Boswell hopes to give children a head start on engineering, coding, and software design. Unlike other coding games for kids, Turing Tumble eschews electronic shortcuts and instead drills deep into the mathematical roots of computer processing.
Heavy-duty construction machinery producer Caterpillar has built and demonstrated an electric version of its monstrous 2,650 horsepower mining truck, aimed at helping the mining industry transition to more sustainable operations. The 793 Electric has a similar imposing look and gargantuan proportions to the 1,000 kilowatt-hour effort from Anglo American and Williams Advanced Engineering,
though that model was designed with battery electric and hydrogen electric variants in mind. The Caterpillar prototype is battery all the way. The company is not revealing what are likely to be mind-boggling specs at this stage, but we do know that the truck was loaded to capacity, which would be up to 265 US tons, assuming it can haul a similar payload to the regular 793, and driven over a 7 km course at Caterpillar's Tucson Proving Ground in Green Valley, Arizona,
which is where it was built. It's reported to have rumbled up to a top speed of 60 km per hour, tackled a 10% gradient for 1 km at 12 km per hour, and then used the
10% downhill jaunt to recoup some energy for its unspecified battery pack. At the end of the course, Caterpillar reports that enough charge remained for more complete cycles if needed. While many Earth-based experiments have been run to try to detect dark matter, the mysterious substance remains elusive. Now physicists have proposed a new experiment that would try to find signals by sending atomic clocks to where dark matter should be at its most dense, right near the sun. Researchers from Kavli IPMU, the University of California,
Irvine and the University of Delaware have outlined a potential new method for detecting dark matter near the sun.
There, the density of the material should be high enough that its predicted signals should be much clearer than they would be on Earth.
In models where dark matter particles have extremely small masses, they would be predicted to induce oscillations in certain constants of nature,
such as the mass of an electron or the strength of electromagnetism.
These changes would in turn affect the energies of atoms as they transition between states.
Since atomic clocks work by measuring the frequency of photons emitted by atoms transitioning between states,
they should be able to detect when dark matter causes these oscillations.
Importantly,
the team says that the technology required to conduct the experiment already exists.
Atomic clocks are widely used to keep spacecraft in sync,
and the Parker Solar Probe's special shielding has demonstrated that near-Sun orbits can be done. We've all seen footage of disaster victims being winched up into helicopters
in litter-type stretchers.
It's not a good thing if those litters start spinning or swaying,
though, which is what the thrust-vectoring Vita Rescue System is designed to stop. Manufactured by Colorado-based Vita Aerospace, the device gets securely strapped and clipped onto the underside of a third-party medevac litter.
As that litter is being hoisted up to a rescue helicopter, sensors in the Vita continuously monitor its physical orientation in space
at a rate of 1,000 data points per second. As soon as any spinning or swaying motion is detected, the device responds by selectively activating its 4 integrated bidirectional electric fans. There's one at each corner. As a result, the unwanted motion is reportedly stopped in less than 3 seconds, according to the company. Such performance allows hoist rescues to be performed up to 4 times faster than would otherwise be possible. Well, that was the latest news for today. We hope you like it. Do not forget about likes and subscribe to our channel. It will be even more interesting. So see you in the new releases.